I'm Laura, and I'm 63 years old from Chicago, Illinois. I have had previous experience with ayahuasca back in California. Trying to remember how many ceremonies I've done, maybe about a dozen, and it's been very powerful and informative, but absolutely nothing like what I've experienced here. This has been mind-blowing, actually. Didn't know what I was coming into, but I was immediately felt safe with Carolina and Pedro to know that whatever was going to happen was okay, and this was a place to go deep, and I certainly did that. Night after night after night. So I'm very grateful for the experience because I've had some amazing insights into my life. I've healed physically as well as emotionally. I feel I'm leaving a lot of garbage here at the retreat center, and I'm glad that it's gone. I broke my femur and my wrist 2.5 years ago skiing, and I had a great recovery, except I was limited in mobility quite considerably, and have been working on that with PT and yoga, Pilates. I do whatever I have to do. In fact, I started classes back with crutches so I could, rehab. But just before coming here, I got incredible pains shooting up and down my legs. Just beyond words, terrible. I didn't know how I was going to survive the trip. And miraculously, after the first ceremony, when I purged, which also was the first purge I ever did. Normally, it comes out the other end, but I could tell that I was getting this illness out of my legs. It was coming out of my legs, and the reason that it had manifested so strongly beforehand is that it was really representing other pain in my life, and that it stayed in my body this way. But amazing, I did yoga class and did things that I was not able to do for years. I actually did tree pose the other day, which totally knocked me out because my balance has been so skewed because of the injury. So that's been particularly powerful. So no pain at all in my legs anymore. And I do think my wrist actually, which got a little tender sometimes, I do feel that there's been an improvement there as well. And who knows where else it'll show up. I'm just not aware right now. But that was so obvious during yoga class. It was incredible. And sleeping's been easier and everything else, even comfort during ceremony and things that used to be very hard to sit in one position for a long time. So that's been incredible. Emotionally, I have, wow, I can't even describe the cleansing that I've had. I was literally, one of the ceremonies, I was machine gunned with, cosmic bullets that just knocked the sense out of me, or the sense back into me, I should say, that so powerful that it was clearly telling me to just relax and let go and let go and let go. And the only way that the medicine could get to me, because I'd put up such this tough facade and was trying to protect myself and think myself to death, and not obsess, but just be concerned constantly about what to do and where to go and what to see and what to say and everything else, that this just shot all the resistance right out of me, and I had to totally surrender. And I feel like it was a rebirth, totally and utterly. And that allowed me for the next ceremony then to really release a lot of sorrow that I was holding in my heart. In the next ceremony, I after all the high drama of the beginning of it, where you're purging and there's Icaros and it's crazy time in the Maloka, we all kind of sat back and relaxed, and I thought, okay, I'm done. Well, surprise. I just relaxed into the pillow, and it was kind of like the medicine telling me, okay, brace yourself now because you're going to get a big one. And I felt my heart burst, just well up and well up and well up. And I felt it just burst inside of me, and my whole chest was just constricted, and it was, horrible feeling. But the minute that it opened, I was able to say goodbye to my husband, who's been very sick, and he didn't die, but he almost died, and then he stays on in this other persona. But what I went through was a whole grieving process as if he had died. I felt myself, flinging myself over a body and crying and crying and crying, and I couldn't stop crying, and really had a healing, and actually visualized then going to him in his current condition and just sitting at his feet and asking forgiveness and giving forgiveness. And so I feel like all the crap is gone, and I can really go forward in my life in a new direction, feeling whole and open to whatever comes to me, and being well able to handle it at the same time. Well, as I said before, the safety here is quite remarkable. Carolina and Pedro are so loving, and promoted that all in the rest of the group, where we just had a very cohesive group, and there was no question that you could have gone to anybody for anything here, which was wonderful. And just a nice environment all around. I just feel like I have, how can I put it? My light isn't under a bushel anymore. I feel like my personal power has been restored, so that I'm confident, much more confident to go forth and know that I make good decisions, and I don't have to question everything like I did. I always made these good decisions, but because of this situation lately with my husband, it's been hiding, and I've had to become somebody else in order to deal with him as somebody else. So now that I feel whole again, so that I can go forth and much more authentic, and help other people become their authentic selves too, and see that in themselves, and remember who they really are, which is really important, and connect them with that.